YouTube, what is going on? J Drone here, and this is the HUBSAN Desire. I've had this for quite a long time. I just really haven't flown it, so that's what we're gonna do today. That's how you start it. Just showed you on the triggers how to start it. This is a GPS, bro. So I immediately here had issues with the GPS locking. I couldn't get the GPS to lock. So you may want to actually start this up, let it sit for a little bit. You can see the satellites that you're connected to on your controller, and I had 4 when I took off. I figured 4 was probably good enough to get the GPS locked, but that's not the case here. So we're testing it here, and as you can see, it's drifting. A GPS quad should not drift if it's locked on the satellites properly, and this is drifting, so it's not locked on completely. So that what we need to do here is we need to get the satellites locked on completely. And how do we do that? Well, look, it's not locked. How do we get GPS satellites to lock onto a GPS quad quickly? Remember the Alsenma? King Alsenma? How did I used to do the GPS trick with that? Because that takes forever to lock. We just jack it up in the sky, and that's exactly what we're going to do with this. I don't know what type of range this has, but I trust HUBSAN. I like HUBSAN, and what we're going to do here is we're going to get this up pretty high in altitude and see if the GPS will lock then. If the GPS doesn't lock, then we got issues. Right now it's still drifting, so the GPS hasn't locked yet. So we need to go higher up. Why haven't I flown this? As you can see, it's still drifting, so it's not locked yet. Why haven't I flown this drone? I've had it for some time. My homeboy on drone days, he's all about Fry's. Fry's Electronics. On the East Coast, we don't have Fry's Electronics, and he's all about it. He got me hooked on them. I've only ordered from him once because they're based out of Cali and out west and down south and whatnot, and they're not really on the East Coast, so shipping takes a while to get to me. But this was a dope deal. So I'm signed up for Fry's in my email, and I got this. Why haven't I flown it? I don't know. HUBSAN X4 H502E, I believe. That's one of my faves. There you go. Got it jacked up in them clouds. It's not in the clouds. It's right below the clouds. But if you can see it, if you can't see it, put it in full screen. It's stuck. And I am dealing with wind. So GPS does work if you give it time to work, or pull the Alsenma trick where you just jack it straight up in the sky, and I'm linked to 10 satellites now, so it's definitely sitting there. Cool factor on this, it looks cool. It looks really cool. Camera quality on this, I don't know, because J Drone's not too smart and didn't check his SD card before he popped it in it, and it was full, so I didn't get nothing but one picture. And the picture I got from it was cool because I started my video by long holding the upper left trigger, I believe it is, and then I stopped it and then I lightly pressed it again, so it was able to put a picture on the SD card, but as far as the long video, it wasn't able to do. So J Drone mistake, don't make it. Check your SD cards prior to going out. That way, like, I was up there pretty high. I was expecting a very, and as you can see, it's stuck there. GPS lock is in. I was expecting how high it was, some dope film. This drone's supposed to have a decent camera. I think it's like 720p or something, and it's an embodied camera like the X4 is. So I expect big things from this, and we didn't get to check out the camera. J Drone did not check his SD card, but such is life. Flyability on this. Let's talk about flyability. I don't believe, and as you can see, it's locked there. I don't believe it's dropping altitude a little bit, but I think that's just because how windy it is. It's constantly pitching against it, and when it's pitching hard against it, it's dropping altitude a little bit. But anyway, flyability on this, I don't believe there's a way to turn the GPS off. If there's a way to turn the GPS off, you can gain better flyability. But flyability on this, when the GPS is on, is, I'm going to say, a 7.5. And the reason I'm going to say a 7.5 is because when you got 10 sats locked and the GPS is working properly, the GPS wants to work. So if you're buzzing around, the GPS is still trying to hold and lock you. Obviously, it's not strong holding you, but it is that strong that it can give you a little bit of a floppy flight, so to speak. Not horribly where you're crashing it or anything, but noticeably enough that maybe it'll jump backwards a little. Maybe the satellites were really strong and just grabbed a little bit. So something to be aware of. But again, and here you go, it's locked. This drone with the GPS features and the 720p camera on it is more designed for aerial photography. Not really sport flying, although you can see I'm kind of buzzing this around and kind of sport flying like I like to fly stuff. And there's your funnels, not really fast, not really hella tight, but that's where it's at. I'm giving a 7.5 as far as flyability, as far as sport flyability, as far as just get out and go balls to the wall with it. As far as what it's purpose for as a camera drone, you can see the thing just sitting there. It's locked on the satellites. It's sitting. If you give it enough time on the ground, maybe it'll lock more. But if you don't want to wait and you want to do the J drone Al-Senma trick, jack her up in the sky. You jack her up in the sky, she's gonna lock onto the satellites a lot quicker. I like the drone. I like the face facade on it. And again, we're locked. With heavy wind, it is fluctuating in altitude a little bit because it's having to fight that wind. We're not heavy wind, but we're in enough wind that when it wasn't locked, it was drifting pretty quickly off to the right. So you definitely want to be aware of that. If you're flying in any type of wind, it may not keep the altitude as good as you want it to. As you can see here, I'm able to get some decent range with this. The range on this I'm happy with. The range on the HUBSAN X4 H502E, dude, I can take that until I lose it. So I expect just about the same from this. The controller is almost identical to the H107Cs, besides it's a little bit chunkier. It's the same type of setup, but it's a little bit thicker controller, so you would think they'd put a little bit more technology in it, so maybe it'll get better range. If it gets the same range, I'm fine with that. I can take the H107C up as high to the point where I'm just about to lose it. This is a little bit larger drone, so if I could take it up to the same point, I'm happy with that. We're definitely going to get the camera checked. We're definitely going to test the camera. We're going to get a fresh SD card in it and test the camera. And the main reason why I'm doing this review here is because one of you guys said, yo, J-Drone, you got an unboxing of this, where's the video? Well, here's the video. I apologize, it took a while. I do work a lot. I am not your typical reviewer who waits for China mail to get to him and bam, I got free drones. No, I pay for the majority of my stuff. That means I work a lot. You see the drones I have and the drones I'm acquiring, I work a lot, man. The past two days I'm doing like almost, past 2 days I hit almost 30 hours. So that's, I mean, that's how I work. Work hard to play hard to have nice things. That's what J-Drone's about. I'm not gonna say I don't get free stuff occasionally. I do get free stuff occasionally, but I don't play that. Bam, I want free stuff. Bam, I want free stuff. Bam, I got free stuff. Now I gotta review it. Nah, I want to give everything a fair shake. Like somebody, if they got this for review, one of the normal reviewers, one of the typical reviewers, which I don't consider myself a reviewer, I consider myself a tester, but a typical reviewer, if they got this from HUBSAN, they would want to keep the connection from HUBSAN 100%, and they probably wouldn't give this a fair shake. They probably wouldn't tell you it's a 7.5 sport flyer. They'd probably say, wow, this flies awesome, I love it, HUBSAN is great, anticipating HUBSAN to see, and be like, oh wow, pat this guy on the back, we better send him more stuff, he's good for publicity. Dude, I'm best for publicity. If I tell you it flies a 7.5 sport flying and it does what it's supposed to as far as a GPS flyer, you're not going to be dissatisfied with it. That's truth right there. If I told you, yeah, this is a 10, this is a 10, all around 10, and you get it home and you don't feel it's a 10, are you going to watch my channel anymore? Probably not. You're going to say J-Drone is full of it. I don't want to be full of it. I want to be truthful. I want to tell you how things are. Drone Days. Anybody know what Drone Days is? If you're on my channel on YouTube and you're not on Drone Days, go over to Facebook. Link will be at the bottom. Check out Drone Days. Get on there. Join. I will add you. And there's a big bird over there. The birds, these turkey vultures, don't seem to like these drones. That's like the second or third encounter I've had with a turkey vulture, and they kind of just dip, which is odd. I really want to encounter with one of these birds sometime, especially with the camera recording. I'd like to get one of them big birds up in the sky. Nice picture of it would be so epic. But anyway, Facebook, Drone Days, check it out, man. If you like flying, you like taking pictures of your drones, go over there, post it. You like taking aerial photography, put the raw stuff over there. You like doing videos and whatnot. I don't really prefer the YouTube links on there. I like raw stuff on there. If you're new and you want to drop one here and there, I'm fine with that. Link will be at the bottom, guys. Every single one of you is watching this. I appreciate you 300%. Please keep watching the channel. I'm always doing new things. Abandoned things. You like abandoned things? I've edited my channel and I got a playlist. Check down below. It's right above the popular videos. I have a playlist for all the abandoned areas that I've been to and that I've been in. I also have one further down, abandoned flies. That's when I'm floating drones in abandoned places. So J Drone's trying to keep it fresh for y'all. Trying to keep new drones coming in. Trying to keep testing new stuff. Look at that. That's so cool. Facade on that's so cool. Also giving you a little twist with the abandoned things. That's part of my life. I'm inviting you into my life. I'm not just keeping it to myself and posting it, the pictures and keeping the videos and hoarding them. No, I'm sharing with you. I do take drones to some of these places, and that's how I have the section called Abandoned Flies. Droning is very much a part of my life. Where I go, I generally have a drone with me. If I'm doing an abandoned thing, I generally have a drone with me. J Drone, again, is a blue-collared worker who loves drones. And when I'm testing them, these are flight logs for me. They're also to help you out. They're also to give you insight. Should I buy that drone? Am I going to like that drone? What's that drone look like during flight? That's what I'm trying to accomplish here, guys. I hope everybody enjoys my channel. If you need something from me, type down below. If you want to get a hold of me really quickly, go on Drone Days and message me over there, man. I'll get back to you pretty quickly unless I'm really tied up with work, but right after I'll get to you. If you haven't subscribed, look for that subscribe button and go bing, subscribe. Subscribe to this channel, guys. I'd like to see the numbers go up. That way we start getting up top with them top guys, but we're doing it right. Not to say they're doing it wrong, but we're doing it how I think it should be done. Alright guys, I'm J Drone. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and have a wonderful day. Take care and fly safe.